The Houston Texans finished short of the AFC title game after losing to the Patriots on Saturday, and the to-do list for the Texans seems pretty long as they get ready for the offseason. BMAC, the team has 12 unrestricted free agents that will need to be addressed this offseason, including corner A.J. Bouye, who was great this year, and safety Quintin Demps, a couple of guys on the back end of that secondary. Who do you think are the biggest priorities for the Houston front office this offseason?
A.J. Bouye for me. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Joseph. I think he's still under contract for 2017, but he has a hefty price tag. But the way A.J. Bouye has really emerged to be a big-time defender in this defense, you expect for them to go all in to try to retain his services. And that's the first priority. You look at what's going on now, you get J.J. Watt back, a guy that will have, $16.5 million, I think, something like that, far as cap number in place. You know, you're going to have funds available, a few funds available. But most importantly, if you can keep A.J. Bouye in uniform, this is a guy that hasn't reached his peak yet. He's just starting to emerge. Remember, I think he was a free agent from Central Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't a draftable guy. Was not a draft pick. But he has really became their Malcolm Butler for their defense.
It's a great parallel, though, because Butler has turned himself into a key cog for that Patriot defense, and the way Bouye played for the Texans defense, you imagine they look at him the same way. I wonder, though, because addressing Bouye in the secondary for many Texans fans is going to be secondary to questions they have about the quarterback position. Yeah, Brock Osweiler is there, but are you going to give it another shot with Osweiler? Are you going to try and cut bait? Are you going to try and bring in more competition or have him and Tom Savage compete? I mean, what should they do about their quarterback position? Because that's really seemingly the only thing that's holding this team back.
I mean, he still has, $30 million guaranteed, right?
It's a big number.
And me personally, when I watch the game, the flow of the game, with the relationship between quarterback and head coach, when Bill O'Brien benched Brock, you usually don't see that fast. And I think Brock was not a Bill O'Brien pick.
Okay.
To say.
Right.
It was more so about ownership and front office.
Right.
You know, they wanted a quarterback so bad. And from what I heard, Brock never came into the building. They never necessarily recruited Brock the normal way. We bring you in on a visit. We sit you in with the offensive coordinator, head coach, pick your brain, see what your football IQ, see what your strengths and your weaknesses are. They actually negotiated a contract over the phone. His first time coming into the facility, from what I heard, was when they introduced him as the new Houston Texans. So for Bill O'Brien, a guy that's hands-on with the quarterbacks calling plays, you have to feel some type of way that you're stuck with a guy you know nothing about until he's introduced as your franchise quarterback. So, yes, they need to find the answer at quarterback because clearly he's not the guy.
We know how it worked for Osweiler in that offense, at least this season. He was not good. Money not well spent for the Texans, but we'll see if they can wise up this offseason, figure something out at the QB position.